everyone. So today I'm going to be introducing you to Kiwi. Kiwi, you want to say hi? Hello. He's a little bit shy. So this is Kiwi, and I got Kiwi in my first year of university. So Kiwi is now 11 and he's turning 12. He's quite old for a dog. And today I'm going to be introducing some things to you about Kiwi. So some things that Kiwi really likes, and then some other things that Kiwi's really, really scared of. So one thing that Kiwi loves is his little toy, which he sleeps with every single night. He also loves it when we have Christmas celebrations, and he loves his food, particularly pizza. But one thing that Kiwi really, really hates and really, really is terrified of is when it rains and thunders. So usually Kiwi is not allowed on carpet or upstairs, but when it rains, all of a sudden he comes into the carpet areas, he comes upstairs, and he finds one of us so that he can feel safe with us. Today's Bible story, we're going to be learning about how the disciples were also really scared in the middle of a storm. Let's go listen. So remember from last week, Jesus fed a very large crowd just by 5 bread rolls and 2 small fish. But everyone was so full that they could not eat one more mouthful. So the people decided to force Jesus to be their king. Then they'd be full every day. But Jesus knew what they were thinking, so he went up to the mountain to be by himself. And when evening came, Jesus' disciples got onto a boat and set off for Capernaum. Capernaum was on the other side of the lake. And in the middle of the night, in the middle of the lake, a storm hit. Strong winds picked up waves and crashed them onto the boat. The disciples pulled and pulled on the oars, but the wind was too strong. The boat was going nowhere. And just then, in the darkness, they saw someone walking towards them, walking on the water. The disciples were terrified, and then a voice called out from the darkness, "Do not be afraid, it's me." It was Jesus. Jesus was walking on water. The disciples welcomed Jesus into their boat, and as soon as Jesus got into the boat arrived at Capernaum, exactly where the disciples were heading. So in this story, we can see that the disciples were really terrified. The waves were crashing all around them, and they were so scared, kind of like Kiwi. But in the middle of the night, in the middle of the storm, Jesus came walking. And as soon as the disciples welcomed Jesus into their boat, they arrived at their destination. They arrived safely at Capernaum. Everyone, we've got to remember that if we welcome Jesus, he will welcome you, and he will make sure you arrive home safely in heaven.
Jesus made wine from water.
How cool is that?
Jesus made the blind man see.
How cool is that?
Jesus made the lame man walk.
How cool is that?
But he did something cooler than all these. He died then came alive again, which might sound odd, but now there is no doubting that Jesus is God. Jesus could walk on water.
How cool is that?
Jesus calmed the raging seas.
How cool is that?
Jesus could cast out demons.
How cool is that?
But he did something cooler than all these. He died then came alive again, which might sound odd, but now there is no doubting that Jesus is God. Died then came alive again, which might sound odd, but now there is no doubting that Jesus is God. He died then came alive again, which might sound odd, but now there is no doubting